COVID-19 crisis has had a devastating and enduring impact on Australian children living in poverty, particularly those with limited access to educational tools at home.
To tell us more, we're joined by Smith Family CEO, Dr. Lisa O'Brien. Lisa, great to have you on. You've spoken to disadvantaged families at length throughout this health crisis. Just how difficult has it been for them?
Look, these families are really struggling, many of them. They're vulnerable families who are dealing with a whole raft of issues just to start with. And so now the added challenge of having to school their children at home has just added to that anxiety that many of them are already experiencing, because a lot of them aren't set up at home. They don't have a space at home where their child can do their learning, but they also don't have the tools, many of them. Lots don't have a device, they don't have regular access to the internet, and the parents themselves often don't have the skills needed to support their child with their learning, either the digital skills that are required to access online learning or the education levels themselves that they can adequately support their child.
See,
They're struggling.
I think we just have this expectation that every child will have a home computer with internet access at home. But I mean, how many kids are we talking about here?
This is an issue that, I'm actually really glad that COVID has shone a light on, because we've been talking for some time about this digital divide. Of the 55,000 students that the Smith Family supports nationally, we know that just under a quarter of them do not have a home computer or regular access to the internet. So this, these are kids who are struggling already, and this just puts them further behind without those tools.
Because, Lisa, we know these children can be like 2 or 3 years behind their peers at school. So something like this crisis must worsen that and put them at greater risk of falling behind even more.
Yes, David, that's absolutely right. These are kids who start school vulnerable, and many of them are 2 or 3 years behind by the time they're 15. And so then to not have the tools needed for learning just puts extra pressure on them, particularly when then they're doing their learning at home. I mean, we're delighted, though, that, because of this crisis, a whole range of corporate partners have stepped in, including Suncorp, and they've given us a huge grant, $1 million, to give out 500 digital inclusion packs, and we're rolling them out just this week, which is fantastic. And the reaction these families who are under pressure has been incredibly positive.
So those packs are going out this week. What do they actually include? So what is it, like a computer and an internet connection?
So it's because we've been working in this space, we know that it's more than just, here's a computer, off you go. Obviously, the families need regular internet access and not just in the short term, but they also need IT support. Many of the kids and their parents don't have those technical skills needed to sort of get up and running with a computer and to be using it regularly. We also give access to cybersecurity programs as well, to make sure that privacy and cybersecurity needs are looked after. So it's quite a complex equation. So to have the opportunity to deliver all of that to families at this really challenging time is just fantastic.
Well, Lisa, thank goodness for you and the Smith family helping catch those people so they don't slip through the cracks. We really do appreciate your time this morning.
Lovely to talk to you both.
You too.